This is dHunter. This is going to be my thank you to everyone who has subscribed and watches my videos. I just hit 20,000 subscribers, and that is a huge milestone, at least it is in my book. I know that might seem like small numbers compared to some YouTubers out there, but it's a pretty big deal to me. I think it was about 2 years ago that I hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's not a bad rate. Just want to say thank you to everyone who watched my video, everyone who supports me, everyone who drops comments, shares, likes, all that fun stuff. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's helped me obtain some of the figures, some of the rare ones, some of the exclusive ones, etc., etc., etc. Huge thank you. As you guys all probably know, Batman collecting is very important to me. McFarlane Toys is my favorite line out there. I've been there since day one. I actually posted the first McFarlane DC Multiverse review on the Detective Comics 1000 Batman. That video blew up like you wouldn't believe. I don't know how I just happened to find a target before anybody else, but I did. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Each view means more than you could imagine. So I want to give a quick sort of description or recap about me, how I started my channel, how I started collecting, etc. So, I'm a child of the 90s. I was born in the mid-80s. I'd say the 90s was, when I grew up. And I was probably first exposed to Batman through reruns of the 60s TV show. I do remember that, those cliffhangers, it's pretty cool. Then, Batman the Animated Series came out. My dad was getting comics from the library. I was reading those things. And it was all really cool. Batman appealed to me because, of course, he's relatable. You could be Batman. He has no powers. He's just rich. If you, put your mind to it and studied and, exercise your body and blah, 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 you could be Batman. Okay, not really, but that's sort of what everyone, feels like as a kid. But I love the fact that he has so many different versions on him, so many different takes, so many unique villains. Some of them are colorful, some are dark. There's a Batman for everybody. There's a funny Batman, there's a lighthearted Batman, there's a dark Batman, there's a gory Batman, there's a violent Batman, and brutal. There's live action movies, there's animated movies, there's animated shows, there's the comics, there's the action figures, there's video games, and he's been stellar in the majority of those. Batman is DC's cash cow. Warner Brothers as well. And he really just appeals to me because of how big he is, and how many different interpretations and versions there are, and how you can collect everything. Now, I'm a huge Batman collector. I specialize in two things: 6 and 7 action figures, and then comic books. I don't really collect much else. Some guys have like pinball machines and cards and models and statues and all that sort of stuff. There's a trillion, billion Batman things out there. Yeah, I have posters and other stuff like that, but it's figures, comics, and really just figures in the 6 and 7 inch scale. I don't mess with anything smaller or anything larger than that. And that is me. So as a kid, I really liked Batman. I had a bunch of comics. I had, 1, maybe 2 shelves. I had a bunch of figures, Kenner stuff, older Super Power stuff, animated series, etc. I always had a sort of a dream. If I become rich, I'm going to get all the Batman comics out there, blah, 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 blah. It's unrealistic, even for a rich person, to be able to attain that, because you're going to need millions of dollars for some of the lower issues, and even rough quality ones. As I became a teenager and got older and older, I sort of fell off collecting, didn't really care anymore, didn't watch any of the shows. I remember when Batman Begins came out. I didn't really follow it. After Batman and Robin, I was like, these movies suck, fuck them, I don't want to watch any more of this stuff. And then I saw the trailer, and I could kind of tell, is that Ra's al Ghul? He's got that goatee, it looks familiar. And like, look at the bag of us, is that Scarecrow? I'm like, okay, I'm kind of digging what they're doing. I remember watching the movie in theaters, and I was blown away. Now, it is not a perfect incarnation of Batman by any means, but it was damn sure the best one we ever got. I mean, he would slink in the shadows, sort of crouch down, cape fluttering in the wind. Just the atmosphere, the style, the origin story, it was all so well done. And Chris Nolan is an excellent director. Christian Bale, excellent actor. The whole cast was pretty good. The movie reawakened this dead childhood interest. And I remember, at that point, you're an adult. You got some money. You can kind of get some of the things you couldn't get as a kid. So I started getting comics. And comics are kind of cheap. You can go to Half Price Books, a dollar store, get all kind of old back issues, at least back then. I'm sure nowadays they're $2, $3, $4, whatever. But I started getting comics, and I started going online, finding them for really, really cheap. You can get Detective Comics, 400, 450. That whole era between probably the 70s and the 2000s, you can get comics for really cheap, especially on the secondary market, especially if you're patient and you get bundles. So I started to build my comic collection, and my God, there's a lot of Batman comics out there. I would say I probably have 20,000 or so different Batman-related comics at this point. I have pretty much everything from 1950 or so, maybe 52, through now. And I love the variant covers and all that stuff. Well, I don't love them, but I damn sure collect them all and get them all. Sometimes it's annoying because they can make 2, 3, 4 different covers of the same thing. I didn't used to get those, but I do now. I love Batman, and that's very evident through my channel. I also love action figures. So at one point, my wife bought me a Batman figure, and I think it was from the 2005 Mattel Batman comic line. I think it was Ninja Batman, or something like that, martial arts Batman. And when she handed it to me, I said, "You shouldn't give me this. You're starting something." And at that point, I started buying figures, but I only bought them unopened. I wanted an open collection put on the wall, and it'd be so cool. Of course, that adds up very quickly too, and I don't mean financially, I just mean space-wise. You can't really put them on a wall because, you buy like 20, 30, 40 of them, you fill the whole wall, then what do you do? And of course, 20, 30, 40, those are small numbers. I've got thousands and thousands of unopened Batman figures, and thousands of open Batman figures, and thousands of other open figures to supplement my collection. So, I started having piles and piles and boxes of these unopened Batman figures all over the place. And eventually, at one point, I accumulated some doubles. As you can imagine, you get bundles, and I don't know, you forget you have something you order twice, or whatever the situation is. And I remember at one point I was like, you know what? I'm going to open my doubles. And I started doing that, and I have, I don't know, some smaller animated figures, etc., etc., etc. And I remember the first really cool figure that I opened was a Heath Ledger Joker from the Mattel Movie Master Dark Knight Wave. I had 2 of them for whatever reason. I opened them and I was like, wow. The other figures I'd opened were, 5-point of articulation, animated figures, that sort of stuff. I opened this guy and I'm like, holy shit, these guys have so much articulation. He can move here, 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 here. Wow, this is amazing. These are so much more detailed and can move so much better, and they have accessories. These are so cool. I had no idea. And at that point, I started pretty much getting everything that I wanted to open, kept my open collection separate, and I just started buying figures. And they were really cool. I had no idea that DC Universe Classics were so articulated. That line actually hadn't started yet at this point. I think that was just a hair before. It was the DC Superheroes line that was out at the moment, and I wasn't a completist at the time, and I wish I was, because I have so many gaps in those collections. But I started getting stuff on eBay, and the stores, blah, 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 blah. Eventually, one thing led to another, and it's action figures like plastic crack. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Start wanting more and more and more. At first, I just wanted, I want one Joker, one Batman, one Robin, one, all these guys, and then just start getting, there's a better version of Joker, a better version of Batman, a better version of Nightwing, I want to get that. And then eventually it led to, I'm just going to get everything that comes out. I was really focusing on the Mattel type stuff available at retail. Wasn't getting as much DC Direct stuff, and once again, kind of wish I was a completist back then. At least with the Batman related stuff, there's so much I missed out there that's so expensive nowadays. So I was getting all the Batman related DC Direct, Batman related Mattel, moving forward. Nowadays, I get all the DC figures that come out by McFarlane Toys, and it would have been nice if I did that back in the day, but, I had less money back then, and space, and all that sort of stuff. But that's sort of the history of me, dHunter. Now, in case you guys are curious, my name, dHunter, my real name starts with D, so that's where the D comes from, and then Hunter, that can mean so many different things. I'm a toy hunter, Hunter's just a cool name. Honestly, it comes back to StarCraft. Back when that was out, my online name was Hunter. There was a unit in that game called a Hydralisk, and in the campaign mode, there was sort of a hero version of it called a Hunter-Killer. So I made my online screen name Hunter, and I had my little chat bot called Killer, Hunter-Killer. Then Hunter just stuck, and eventually, because so many different games and online things, Hunter's taken, I ended up just going with dHunter, lowercase d, capital H, Hunter. D for my real name, which is Dimitri, and then Hunter for, my online alias. That's just what I am, and it became dHunter. Everyone has sort of a unique story of how they come up with their online alias, and that is my story. At one point, my son, he was pretty young, probably, 10 at the time. We were playing a ton of toys. You can probably imagine. Whole Gotham City in the other room. We had a lot of fun back in the day. He's a teenager now. He's driving and stuff. Playing with toys, not cool. But I mentioned, it'd be cool to do YouTube reviews of these figures. I have all the figures. And he's like, do it. And, a year goes by, 2 years go by, and I don't bother. Ended up giving it a shot. I remember my first video. It was on the DC Direct, DC Essentials, Rebirth Batman. I had a cell phone. I had like a candle holder. This thing was all sort of ghetto rigged. Made a first video, and it did good. People watched it. They commented on it. I liked it. Some people from the Foosh forums, which I was very, frequent on. I still love Foosh forums, although they're not what they used to be. Good times. A few of my earlier videos, or a Fortnite video, a Ninja Turtle diorama, they just blew up. Nothing has matched my McFarlane Cuddle Team Leader video yet. I think it's like 47,000 or more views. And it really helped kind of give my channel the push it needed. Then I always prioritize Batman stuff. As an action figure collector, Batman, number one. I also love NECA's Alien Predator line. I used to really like the McFarlane Fortnite stuff. I also got the Jazzwares Fortnite, etc. I'm a Fortnite fan. I like to play the game with my buddies, chill, talk, etc. And I love civilian and irregular action figures. Guys in business suits, guys in regular t-shirt and jeans, someone I can use for background characters in my Gotham City. I also love police action figures. Gotta have my GCPD. So, that's the kind of collector I am. Getting way off topic here, but I thought some people might be interested in sort of my story as to how I started my channel, how I started collecting, how long I've been collecting, etc. So now let's get to some shout-outs. And I'm probably going to forget so many people out there. I've done so many trades and transactions online, on Instagram, and through my YouTube channel. I can't remember everybody. I apologize right now for all the people that I forget. I chat with a ton of people, and sometimes it's confusing because some people have different names on YouTube and different names on Instagram, etc., etc. First of all, huge shout out to my loving wife, Patricia, for dealing with my bullshit, overspending, taking up a lot of my time and taking up a ton of space in the house. I'm sure you can imagine. My comics are everywhere. My figures are everywhere. I converted our dining room into sort of a YouTube shooting area. Yeah, I can convert it back, but it stays my review area a lot of the time. Shout out to my boy, my son. Takes up a lot of my time as well. We used to play a lot, and he's older now, but we enjoy Batman together still. Alright, now let's get to some other collectors and online buddies. Huge shout out to my boy Jason, Mr. and Mrs. Collectibles, his wife Monisha Munch. Huge shout out to Tony Sprain, Mr. Skeesler, Pop Culture Art, although I haven't bought a custom off him in a long time. The pricing kind of changed. Mike's from Hot Comics and Collectibles. Huge shout out to him. Gets me a bunch of rare comics. Seth. Sorry, I'm struggling right now. Put me on the spot here. Carl, my boy. Corey from Corey Mart, my god. A local sort of collector. Maybe scalper, but he helps me out a lot. Alright, who else we got? Shout out to my boy Cloud from Instagram, another local collector here. Shout out to Josh from Four Figs, another local collector here. Ahsoka the Geek, Brad the DC Universe Geek, Rob from Rob's Toys. Love chatting with you guys. Appreciate the Platinum Chase Batgirl that Brad sent me from Canada, no charge. Really appreciate it. Josh sent me all kind of figures. Really, really appreciate it. Some of these guys show me love, don't even charge me money. Bone Johnson, VP Collection, Bone, the Necro Zoo. Big shout out to all you guys. Shout out to my boy David for helping me get those Joker thugs. Shout out to Tipsy for giving me Owlman. Shout out to... it's just so hard to keep everybody straight. Shout out to Jules for getting me the Vampire Robin recently. Z-Pat. all those leaks he used to post. Enjoyed chatting with him too. Death by Big Mac. So many people out there, and like I said, I'm probably forgetting so many. You know, middle finger to that Hambone guy for screwing me over on that platinum figure, taking my figure and not sending me his. You know what? It's still not too late to make that right. You owe me about $40. Just saying. It's the only time I got fully ripped off and wasn't made right online, and I've done a ton of transactions. One of my huge passions is custom action figures. I love making characters that they haven't made before, specifically Batman and related villains and allies and important civilians to the canon. Love that. I'm looking for a new customizer to help make commissions for me, as I simply just don't have the time to do it. Shout out to Maverick or Matt. He's hooked me up with some stuff in the past. Love chatting with you. OG Trilogy. Love chatting with you too. He made me a custom Bob the Goon from '89 McFarlane style. Didn't even charge me. Nicholas Papadou, whatever your name is, from Canada. Hooked me up with a bunch of platinums. Toy Hunters Collective. Sometimes I'll repost some of my Instagram photos. Give me a ton of views. Like I said, there's probably a million billion more people that have earned and deserve shoutouts, and I chat with all the time, whether it be through my YouTube channel or Instagram. I just can't remember everybody, especially not here on the spot right now. Huge shout out to MTB214, probably my most loyal YouTube member. Watches pretty much every video, comments every time. I cannot for the life of me remember your name on Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram. I got some stuff I want to offer you. Just, you're always there. You comment on every video, and I love it. I appreciate it so much. Everyone out there who watches my videos, please subscribe. Please comment as much as you can. Please like it. Please watch the ads. Please watch the video. Please share it. It all helps the algorithm. Okay. I'm not going to do any more shoutouts. Just too much. I can't remember everybody. There's so many more people, and if I forgot, I am so sorry. I appreciate you so much. You guys are so cool out there. The toy community is awesome. You guys have helped me out. A ton of you guys. Hook me up with figures, especially as platinum chases. It can be a real pain in the ass to get sometimes. Really, this video is just to say thank you. Thank you guys for helping me achieve 20,000 subscribers. It's a big deal. I don't make that much money off YouTube. I don't know, maybe a couple $100 a month, a few $100, whatever. It's nice, it helps the collection, but it's not like I can quit my job. I work full time. I make videos, hang out with family, blah, blah, blah. Time is a commodity. Space, time, money are all things that are sacrificed to a point for my collection and for my channel. Thank all of you guys for watching. That is the whole point of this video. I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you, even the haters. Yes, bring it on. I even appreciate the haters. I sure do, because guess what? You still help me with views. Appreciate it, guys. Love McFarlane DC Multiverse. Love Batman. Love Batman figures. Love Batman comics. And I can't wait to see what's ahead in 2024. Can't wait to hit 25,000, 30,000, and hopefully more subscribers. Hope to be able to continue this. It does take a little bit too much of my time. I need to find a way to make my videos shorter. Part of what I like is doing long, slow, thorough, boring videos where I cover every possible thing, compare with every possible or relevant action figure out there. Now, when I first started doing my videos, I thought, I like to mix lines. I like to mix Diamond Select, NECA, and McFarlane, all that stuff. Wrestling, you know, Mafex, Mezco, Mattel. What fits in good with what? I thought, that's what I want to see in a review. I want to see, how is this guy going to scale up with these different various lines? How is he going to fit in? What can I mix with it? Can I use this with my Marvel Legends? Can I use this with my McFarlane? Can I use this with DC Direct, etc.? And that's a huge thing that I want to see when I was watching reviews back in the day. I don't watch that many anymore because I don't really want them influencing my style or my opinions on certain figures. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what I can sort of cut out my videos, because I probably review less than half the figures I get, but I do try to review every single DC and Batman related figure that I get. Getting way off topic again. Thank you. Thank you all. This is dHunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for watching my channel. Thank you guys for subscribing. If you like this video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. What do you guys think about my videos? What do you guys think about 20,000 subscribers? I think it's freaking awesome. I appreciate it. My Instagram is growing. Yeah, nothing at all. I got like 3,000 followers there. Not a big deal, but YouTube is the thing that I focus on. And I really appreciate it, guys. I feel like I'm sort of out there as a pretty big Batman reviewer. McFarlane has noticed me. They sent me a package one time, a care package. It had, I don't know, 12 figures or 16 or whatever it was. Nothing super brand new. I was hoping to be on their maybe top tier influencer list. Not sure what I can do to get more attention from them. I have corresponded with them. They said they haven't forgotten about me and I'll get some more stuff eventually. It is what it is. I have a passion for this, as you can tell. Long, slow, thorough, boring videos, that's my thing. I want to cover every detail about the figures. There should be no questions left to be asked after you watch one of my videos. I love to throw random shit at the end of the video. Here's Wonder Woman next to an onion. Here's Animal Man next to a roll of toilet paper, etc., etc. I don't know. It's sort of making fun of myself because I have such long, overdone comparisons. Some people say it's a little much, and it is. I'm well aware of that. That's why I throw in some random stuff in there to kind of show you, oh, I'm aware it's too much. Here's something just random. Here's Batman next to a pair of headphones, etc. Like I said, getting off topic for like the 99th time during this video. Thank you guys. This is dHunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.